Okay. So, I hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. If you have any questions, just put in the chat. You can also interrupt me. This is a very small group, so you can interrupt me whenever you need to, and keep the questions relevant to the topic that we are discussing. I hope everyone is aware of this Jupyter notebook. If not, we will have a discussion on it as well. So let me start with this Algoristan research. This is my new enterprise. I started it in Feb 2022, and we have done some good amount of projects, and we are about to start delivering our our services to other companies and educational institutions. So, what is Algoristan? First of all, I would like to tell you, Algoristan is the place of residence of algorithms. It is made of two words, algorithm and stan, right? So algorithm का स्थान ऐसे कुछ, okay. This came to my mind long back, this name, but last year I decided to start this up, right? So uh, we work in these domains, right? Data analytics, IoT, AI, machine learning, computer vision. So we offer custom smart home solutions and consultancy to on different organizations on these kinds of projects. Right? We also provide training and workshops in machine learning, deep learning, and computer vision. Right? So there are some things that are a bit different, uh, but we don't like it to be different, and that is the structure is only two tier, right? There are no such big hierarchies and all. There are only two tier architecture: the core members and the interns, right? Interns are those who are learning to work, and core members are those who work, right? There is no manager, no team leader, no such things, right? No HR. Still, we are able to do things, right? So I think Laika and Majid, you have joined as interns, right? So our main
Yes, sir.
focus is, yeah, Suhail Ahmad Parekh. Okay. Right. Our primary purpose is to solve challenging real problems in the best way possible, right? And we don't want perfection because it comes after certain time, right? After a certain number of iterations, right? We thrive on the simplest and quickest possible solution, right? Uh, and then this was a bit about the things that we do, and so there is the work culture is a bit different. We don't work, right, to work without any stress, anxiety, and pressure, right? So what we do is that we create space for work to happen, right? And then we dedicate ourselves, focus ourselves to whatever task that we want to achieve, and then it gets done with time. So there are certain projects that we have been able to build, right? One of them is certified dot, right? It is the simplest tool to issue documents that can be verified by scanning a QR code. Right? So there are multiple companies that are doing it, but our specialty is on the cost and the versatility of our application and the simplicity with which you can use it, right? And then we have Upasthit, which is a face recognition based attendance application, and it is very simple. There is a mobile application, and there is a desktop application, and there is a web application, right? So what you do is that you take images on your phone, which is connected to your desktop or laptop or any edge device, and it works without internet also. And then whenever your laptop or the edge device connects to the internet, then the attendance is uploaded to the cloud server, right? It is very fast, and it is accuracy is a different kind of term. But why is it a different kind of term? Because it is not absolute, right? You have always to talk about accuracy on what data set, right? Personally, I have tested this app. I worked with the interns who developed this application, and I have never found any misclassification, right? Right. So this was a bit about us. Now, what is computer vision, right? So this is a page that you might have visited, right? So it is to derive meaningful information from digital images, videos, and other visual inputs, right? And take actions or make recommendation based on that information. Okay. Uh, you will be doing two projects as a part of this master class, and there are two kinds of certificates that you will be getting, right? First one is the course completion certificate. Your attendance should be above 60%, and at least 80% of the tasks will be should be completed by you. Right? Then you will be eligible for the course completion certificate. And then if you want to get the internship certificate, so you must complete the both the projects and demonstrate the project to the council of instructors, and you will have to make an internship report, right? Which we submitted before, and we will sign it and then we will send it to you in hard copy. Okay. What we will do is we will do proper hands-on labs and theory, and we will mix it, right? And we will do project-based learning. Right? So when you say the sequence of modules that we have developed is based on this kind of pedagogy, project-based learning. We'll start with Python. We are not going to get into a complete Python course because that most of us already know Python, and even if we don't know, we are going to learn only that part which will be required in the coming modules, right? So some libraries that are very important: NumPy, Pandas, and Matplotlib. And then we will learn about OpenCV on Python. And based on these only, right, we are going to make a face detection application. So it will detect faces. We will get some input from we will get input from our webcam in your laptop or desktop, and then you are going to create a face detection application. After I teach it, it it will not be very simple face detection. So I will be putting some assignment task to it. So you will have to make certain changes on what I teach, or even add some more features as you wish, and then you have to create the mini project one, right? And then we will learn about neural networks, and then about DNNs, deep neural nets, right? Then we will learn about CNNs, convolutional neural networks. So these convolutional neural networks are used very well with the are used mostly with image image data, right? That helps to extract features from a particular image, right? Then we will learn about object detection. What are various ways of doing object detection, detecting a particular object inside an image, and then we will be tracking objects, right? So if some object is moving, we are going to assign a particular ID to it, and then we are going to track how its motion, how it moves across the whole frame of the video, right? Hyperparameter tuning is tuning the uh, parameters of neural networks for increasing, for optimizing certain parameters, right? Then we will learn about transfer learning. Transfer learning is when you have to use a pre-trained model, right, and train it on, keep its parameters intact, uh, and then train it on the new data so that the the model learns, uses, is able to use its understanding about the previous data sets on which it has been trained, and adds to the present knowledge about, and adds to the knowledge that the model already had, right? So let me put it in a different way. Transfer learning is when you take a model, right, which is trained on certain data sets, and then you again train it, or train certain portions of it on a new data set. So the model now has the capability to work on the new data set as well. It has some added capabilities, right? And then there are certain award-winning, very famous models, AlexNet, VGG16, right? GoogleNet, Inception, YOLO. So we will learn about their architectures, and we will also use them using transfer learning, right? And we will be creating our, uh, and we will learn about face recognition, how it works, what are different approaches, methods of doing face recognition. And then you will be working on the final project, and then demonstration, and then reports and all. Then we will say that our class has been completed, right? So 3 to 4 hours generally I will be interacting with you per week, and the sessions will be on Tuesday and Thursday, and we will have a doubt clearing session on Saturday, right? The timing for regular sessions will be 7 a.m. in the morning, and then the doubt removal sessions, or if you need some help with the projects or any other discussions that you need, it will be an open-ended session. The Saturday session will be an open-ended session, and Yes, that I hope I have briefed you enough about the whole thing. Please write in the chat or please speak up.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Is there any question in your mind? Hello, Suhail. Good morning. Is there any question in anyone's mind that what are you expecting, and is there any gap between your expectation and what we will be delivering? Okay. Okay. So we will start with it, and we will end when the Zoom call ends, right? Okay. If you are not aware, yeah. So if you are not aware about it, let me stop my sharing, and I will be sharing my desktop too. Okay. Is my whole desktop visible to you? Yes.
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. Right. So this is Anaconda Navigator, right? And I use Linux by default. I have been using Linux from past like 10 years or so, and this is the Ubuntu flavor of Linux. So there are what you should do is you could work on Colab as well if you are aware of Google Colab, but then there will be issues accessing your webcam, right? So what I do is I have installed Anaconda Navigator, and I have created environment, right? So there are multiple environments that you can create, but for right now, I have these three environments. This base environment is by default. This environment I use for multiple consultancy projects that we do, and this is for this particular session, these sessions, computer vision sessions, right? So once you install Anaconda Navigator, I will tell you from where to get it, right? So you go to anaconda.org, and here this is for my. I suggest you go to this Anaconda downloads, right? And you can download it for whatever OS you are using, right? You can da- it is if you are using Windows, I don't have any problem. You can download and install it, whatever version is needed, right? If you are working on Linux, then you will have to do certain things, which I will tell you what to do. there are certain steps that you will need to follow, right? So once you do this, conda config set auto activate base is true, and then it will change this to, it will become like this, right? And then you can run anaconda navigator, so you will get something like these, right? And then after it, you, after you close anaconda navigator, here I would like to add one thing. It is a comment: close the terminal and start a new terminal, right? So this particular thing is this command line, this is called a terminal, right? And then once you do this, you will be seeing something like this. This signifies the, like for example, this signifies the environment in which you are in, right? And what is the environment right now? CV, uh, right? It shows you the root vola environment, base environment, right? So if you want to change the environment, you have to write Honda activate, or the name, and then the name of the environment. So this is, if you need this thing, I can share it with you, but I would like you to try on it, right? And when you go into Anaconda Navigator, try to do, you will land somewhere here in this base root wala version. I want you to go to environments, and then you will be creating, right? Create new environment. So I will not create it, I am just doing it for example, right? Choose Python. Okay. Why is it not working? Just a minute. This Anaconda Navigator requires me to have a more, I mean, better resolution screen. I have got two screens with me. And so you click on create, and then you can name the new environment and create it, right? If you find any difficulty, you can simply message me over the Slack channel, right? Primarily, you will be using the Slack channel for all the discussions, any doubts, right? Okay, so let us. Okay, so now once you do this, and once you change the environment, you will have to install this Jupyter notebook and launch it, right? If initially it will be like this, it will be written install, right? You have to install it. After some time, it will install, and then you can launch it, right? Whatever thing that you have now, that you like, open CV, certain libraries that you will have to install, you will click on it, and then there will be an install button in the bottom right, which you can click, and then you can install it. These things are very easy. This has made it very easy. So whatever, if you find any difficulty, you can let me know. Right? So we will do a simple hello world in Python, right? And then we will be signing off. I will be sharing these notebooks with you through a GitHub repository. I hope you are aware of GitHub. Those whom I have taught before, they must be aware, because I did not used to accept assignments without GitHub
Yes, sir.
repository, right? Okay, so let us start, right? So what is the first thing that we need to do? Print. I will write welcome to computer vision master class, right? So this print is a function, right? Let me write comments. Print is a function, right? This is a string, right? We give this to the function print, right? Which shows it on the terminal and and changes the cursor to the next line, right? So comments are written like this. So there are multiple ways of writing comments, right? Which we are not getting into right now. Let me run this. So yeah, once you launch Jupyter Notebook, you will get something like this. You can create a new folder, CV Masterclass or whatever folder you need to create, and then you can start click on this new Python 3 IPyCar, right? And doing that, this screen will appear. This new tab will be opened, and here you will have to name it whatever name. It will be untitled in the beginning, right? If you want to run this particular cell, this particular thing is called a cell, right? You can click on run, and then it shows, right? Python is known for its simplicity, and but what is difficult is achieving simplicity, right? So Python is very easy to start learning, but it is not so easy because our mind is not so much trained to adapt to the simplicity that Python offers us, right? We will try to understand it to the maximum extent that we can, which is relevant for this course. 2 plus 2, right? You can also hit control plus enter to run it, right? If you want 2 power 2, right? This is 2 raised to the power 2, right? And then a is equal to 5, b is equal to 6, c is equal to a plus b, and then you can do print c, right? Okay, see, Python is too simple, and just let me check the type of a. What is the type of it? Is integer, right? What is the type of